I'd like to welcome everybody to Camp Green Meadows. I'd like to welcome our guests, U.S. Congressman Jim Costa, Merced County Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Steve Gomes, former Merced County Superintendent of Schools, Dr. William Stockert, representing Livingston Middle School, Mr. William Marquine and his lovely family. And of course, all you guys that are here with us too. Thank you very much for spending this week with us. Cavaliers, you guys are doing a wonderful job this week. Thank you very much for all that you're doing for the kids here this week. I also want to thank Camp Green Meadows staff. You guys do a wonderful job every day. Thank you for what you do and for being a part of what we've got going on. Truly, truly what you guys do. I'd also like to thank Peter Linnell. Peter was here. Peter was the principal before I was principal here for many years. Thank you, Peter, for coming up. We are here today to celebrate 50 years of Camp Green Meadows and the Jack L. Boyd Outdoor School. In my career, I've had the opportunity to serve students in many different ways, from a science teacher, high school vice principal, elementary school principal, and now as principal of Camp Green Meadows. In all of those positions, none of them have been so rewarding as what I get to do every day with you guys. This is the best job that I've ever had because I get to be with you guys every day. Every day we have the opportunity to touch lives of students in very unique ways. Here at Camp Green Meadows, students don't just learn about science, they get to touch, taste, and feel the science standards. At night, students walk under a star full of skies and get to contemplate their place in the cosmos. We are a science school. Students get so much out of this experience. For many, it's their first time away from home. They are living in cabins with others their own age, sitting and eating with others, and developing social skills, manners, and confidence to succeed in new places and under new circumstances. You can actually see this confidence develop in the children as they progress through the week. In my role as principal and community member, I get to speak with people from all over the state. It is almost daily that someone tells me that they attended Camp Green Meadows as a kid, and they remember the impact on their lives. Every day we create a lifetime of memories that you as kids get to take home with you. And someday you'll meet somebody standing in a place like me and go, I remember when I went to Camp Green Meadows. I'm very proud to be part of the Camp Green Meadows and its 50-year tradition, and I hope it continues for another 50 years. A few years ago, when I first became principal at Camp Green Meadow, I got to meet Jack L. Boyd, the guy who made this school. And Jack would call me every once in a while, say, Bob, how are the kids doing there at school? How's the school doing? And he'd want to know how many kids were here, what things were going, how things were going. Jack was a very special man. Jack's no longer with us, but his family asked me to read this letter during the celebration because of how proud they are of their dad and of the school. It is with deep regret that we are not here with you today to honor our father and Camp Green Meadows and the Jack L. Boyd Outdoor School in its 50th anniversary celebration. Our father had a dream, and he worked hard to fulfill that dream. During the building of the camp, our whole family was involved in one way or the other. It was quite a wonderful project for all of us. Through the years, we've had family reunions, camped, and just visited the outdoor school, and always felt a sense of pride in our father's work and what he accomplished at Camp Green Meadows. His memories lie deep in the school and of all the young people that have been able to enjoy this place and the wonderful facilities. Please know that we are with you in spirit today to honor our father. We are so proud of the Jack L. Boyd Outdoor School. Sincerely, Jack Boyd Jr., Jill Boyd, and Sam Boyd. I'd like to, at this point, introduce U.S. Congressman Jim Costa.
Good afternoon. We can do better than that. Good afternoon. I know Livingston students, when I see them, they're enthusiastic, right? Yeah. There you go. Well, I'm enthusiastic. I'm enthusiastic this afternoon to be with you, to be at Camp Green Meadows, and all that that entails. The Jack Boyd Outdoor School that Dr. Steve Gomes has told me about many, many times. He says, you got to come up here, Jim, you got to come up here. And I said, I'm going to come up here. I remember when Dr. Bill Stoddard said, you know, we've got this jewel in the mountains. And Bill and Steve, it certainly is a jewel. And I can't tell you how pleased I am to finally be here. Let me tell you in a way that makes it personal. These mountains that we're at this afternoon are special. They're a special place. You're not only here for a week to learn about natural science and all of the things that take place in the curriculum of the 5 days that you're here. I mean, you also get other benefits and experiences, as was noted by your principal. The interaction, the ability to work with one another, and the social skills that you learn as a part of this week experience. I remember when I went to camp, when I was about your age. Here we have sixth graders here, is that correct? Yeah. A lot of sixth graders, 11, 12 years old. Yeah. Well, when I was 11 or 12, I didn't have any of this Arctic blonde you're looking at. That's what I call it, Arctic blonde. But for those fellow students who will be here later this winter, they'll get a chance to see that snow. And they'll understand the change of climatic conditions, the changes of the seasons, and how that all impacts, as we like to say, Mother Nature, but it impacts the very science that is the basis for all of our existence. And so there's so much that you get to learn here in 5 days. And that's why this is so exciting, not just the experience of being 5,000 feet up in the mountains, the Sierra Nevada, which is one of the most recent mountain ranges in North America. It goes up to over 14,000 feet. There's over 100 peaks that are over 12,000 feet high, which is what? If we're 5,000 feet, how much higher is 14,000 feet? Well, it's, I mean, figure it out. Who's good at math here? 9,000 feet. That's 9,000 feet higher. Just think about that. I was with a class a moment ago that be able to find their bearings, right? Who was part of the compass class? Raise your hand. Well, you all were, I guess. Okay. Okay. Which way is east? What happens east? You got pointing both. That can't be east. Which way's west? I'm not so sure some of you listen real carefully in the class. The sun rises where? In the east. And the sun sets where? There, we've got agreement there. Good. Well, the sun's going to set over here. So where's that? There you go. Maybe this is the appropriate time to thank the not only the teachers, the naturalists that are here, but to thank the high school students, because I know that if you weren't here to bunk with the students and to be a part of this learning experience, it wouldn't happen to these sixth graders. So let's give a large round of applause to the high school students who are here. You make it happen, and thank you. Thank each and every one of you. If I can leave any thought with you that maybe you'll remember years later on about why it's important that you're here, is because Your education is all about learning experiences. And I guess I would hope that you've this week experienced learning in a way that maybe you never have before. And I hope that's a motivation for each and every one of you to continue to learn. I speak to a lot of students throughout my district every year in middle schools and high schools and colleges. And I always tell them this. And I know as a sixth grader, whether you're 11 or 12 years of age, it's hard to maybe think in these terms. But you're our future. Your parents know that. Your principal knows that. Dr. Gomes and Bill Stoddard and the teachers that are here know that, but you probably don't think about that very much, and why would you? You're 12 years old or 11. But when I say you're our future, you're going to continue to learn, and we hope you do the very best you can, that you listen to your teachers and you be the best student you can possibly be. And that will give you a foundation that you can grow on, a foundation that will allow you to, we hope, further your education beyond high school to college. And that's what I mean by our future. Because guess what? If each and every one of you as adults do well, guess what? America does well. Our country does well. That's what this is all about. Wanting you to get the very best education you can. And there is hardly many experiences out there to have a week's education, an outdoor education, like you experience here at the Jack Boyd Outdoor School. Camp Green Meadows is, and in the world that Steve and Bill and I live in, Bob, unique is oftentimes, I think, an overused word. I mean, people in politics use unique a lot when it maybe is not applicable. It means it's not really unique. This is unique. Unique means it's special. Unique means it's different. Unique means you're getting an opportunity that the overwhelming majority of students around America don't get. That's what this means. And that's why it's such a wonderful opportunity. That's why I'm so excited to see you here, to see you learn about the outdoors, about science in ways that makes it real, in ways that gets that compass heading correct, whichever way you're pointing. The fact is that we want you to have the very, very best education you possibly can. Today, tomorrow, and Friday, you're getting the foundation that we hope you will build on as you continue to finish your middle school, as you go to high school, and as you go to college, and you make choices. We do a day of the national park for high school students and younger every year. And, you know, when you do that, these students who lived in Merced or lived in Livingston or lived in other communities in our valley, for many of the students, maybe many of you, it was the first time they've ever been in the mountains, the first time they'd ever seen a national park, first time they'd ever met a ranger, first time they'd ever met a forester, and thought, gee, maybe I'd like to be a ranger. Maybe I'd like to be a forester. Maybe I'd like to be a part of teaching the next generation of Americans that we need to know about science. We need to know about our environment. We need to protect our environment. Why do you think we need to protect our environment? Well, for starters, it's the only one we got. And guess what? If we don't protect the environment for the next generation, our country, our valley, this beautiful natural mountain range is not going to be the way we see it today. And we want to keep it this way for future generations of Americans. So that's why this is so important. And no wonder why, the excitement I see in your faces is clearly evident. It's the excitement you see in my face, because I'm not only excited to be here, but I'm excited to be here because of what I'm seeing in each and every one of you. What I'm seeing in each and every one of you is the future of our country. And I know if you do well, guess what? As adults, America does well. You're right. So let me present this congressional resolution. Dr. Steve Gomes said this is a special time, and it is a special time for a truly unique place, because this is a unique place that we passed with the House of Representatives. And I won't read all of it, but I'll read a little bit of it. Recognizing Camp Green Meadows, the Jack L. Boyd Outdoor School. Mr. Speaker, I rise today to honor the 50th anniversary of the outdoor education at Camp Green Meadows, the Jack L. Boyd Outdoor School. Camp Green Meadows is an accredited outdoor school that is operated by the Merced County Office of Education under the fine leadership of Dr. Steve Gomes, known with the permission of the Sierra National Forest. Green Meadows Outdoor School is known by many as Camp Green Meadows. It's a week-long residential outdoor science and environmental education program for 5th and 6th grade students from schools throughout our valley, but focused in Merced County, because this is where the idea came from. This idea came obviously and originally from Jack L. Boyd, who with a group of nearly 70 sixth graders from Planada and La Grande in 1951 thought, let's do something different. Let's give students in Merced County an opportunity that otherwise they may not have had. As the program has grown in popularity, they found a new site here near Fish Camp, and in 1956, Jack lobbied and successfully persuaded the Merced County Board of Supervisors to sign a lease with the United States Forest Service, securing 25 acres. These 25 acres that we're at here today, that would ultimately become Camp Green Meadows. And although school districts throughout Merced County and throughout the area participated, as well as service clubs like the Kiwanis Club and like other clubs that have helped build structures here on this facility, the construction has realized the dream not only of Jack L. Boyd, but so many who shared his dream. And some of those people are here today. So on behalf of each and every one of you, as your congressman, I have the honor today and the privilege to present this congressional resolution. As I closed, I urged the Speaker and my colleagues to join me in recognizing the Jack L. Boyd and all those who helped make Camp Green Meadows achieve all that it's achieved in the last 50 years. In the last 50 years, you are one part of over 100,000 students. 100,000, that's a lot, right? Just think, you're part of over 100,000 students that have the benefit of this incredible, incredible week education. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Principal Bob Bassett, please come forward to accept this resolution. Okay.
I'm Steve Gomes. I'm the Merced County Superintendent of Schools, and this kind of falls under some of the things that I'm in charge of, kind of. But you have a great principal here that makes sure that things run smoothly, and I too want to thank all of the teachers, particularly Kelly Carr, who is, I understand, a Livingston teacher here. and Stacy, John, and Jose who are filling in. Thank you. Without
Raise their hand.
yeah. I know that high school students kind of keep an eye on you at night and begin some competition between the cabins, and I think that's good. That's a lot of fun. We're going to use a little bit of that competition to see who goes back to the cupcakes first, because we do have cupcakes for everybody here. And got your attention now, don't I? This whole group woke up. Let me, one of the things that we're very careful about, and I have to tell the principal that there's been a cougar sighting. In fact, there is over 100 cougars here on this site. So we're going to have to be careful, because I understand that the Livingston Middle School is the Cougar Pride. Is that right?
Sure, yeah. Hey, Cougar!
Yeah, we don't have to be quite as fearful of. They're only the two-legged kind of cougars, not the four-legged cougars. No, and so we're in good stead. I want to thank Congressman Costa for coming out today and speaking with us, and I have been trying to get him here and on the programs, and I've been saying this a lot for the adults. Via Ventures, a company in Merced who does buses and a lot of tours, is sponsoring this. They sponsored your cupcake, so I guess you do have a stake in it. And I just want to say couple of things, and want the teachers to hear, and your principal to know that we're because we have this, and Dr. Stockard, I know for a fact that he was the superintendent that really kind of kept Green Meadows going. There was a time there where it was kind of slipping away from us, and I know that he, with a friend of mine, Jim White, got things going here again. And Peter, the former principal, is kept things going and to where we're at today. But what's the future going to be? Well, the future is that we're working with Congressman Costa's office and U.S. Forestry Service to try to get a 100 megabit data line into Camp Green Meadows. We have internet here now. But what we want is 100 megabits, because at some point in some year, we would like the students who maybe had, like you did, they had a fall experience, but there's no snow. And so later on, we're going to have students here that hopefully will have snow. And wouldn't it be great for you to be able to be in Livingston and to video stream students that are here, maybe from Planada or from another middle school, and be able to talk to them and have them share their experience, because as Congressman Costa talked about, the seasons change and it's a different experience each time they change. That bandwidth is going to really change things. We also think that it's also going to make a big difference in the way we can teach science back in the school. And as we continue to look at the next generation's state science standards, we know that these kinds of activities really help with that. And so I can tell you that as superintendent, county superintendent of schools, I continue to be committed to make sure that we keep this going for way beyond my lifetime, and that students can continue to have an experience here. I need to ask you one last question, and that is this. How many of you have, this is the first time that you've ever really been camping in any kind of forest like this? Raise your hand if it's the first time. I never had a chance to do it when I was 6th grade. I started camping when I was a teacher, when I had to take students. Thank you. And now, if we were able to talk to your principal into it, how many would stay for another week?
Hey.
Okay. That's the reaction we're looking for. And he says, maybe I could send them and maybe like most of the school up here, and maybe send be really quiet or Livingston Middle School, wouldn't it? Well, ladies, boys and girls, thank you for being patient and giving us your attention. I hope that you've got today and tomorrow and Friday be kind of a travel day, putting things together and making sure you don't leave anything here. Students never leave anything here, do they? Well,
make sure before you leave that you have all your stuff.
Because we run out of room to store it. Yeah. So thank you, and I think Bobby, are you gonna talk to them about how they can get to the cupcakes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mark, you want to come up here?
Well, thank you.
Quiet, talk to them.
So nice to be finally